I don't know what it is, but I just love being black. PJ here.
What up, doe? It's your girl Blair. You know, my melanin was popping yesterday. It's popping today, and it's sure enough gonna be popping tomorrow.
It's your boy Red, and you're listening to the Highly Melanated Podcast.
Hey guys. Welcome back to another episode of Highly Motherfucking Melanated.
Okay.
With the motherfucking in it, just to be sure.
Okay. I'm sorry, did Samuel L. Jackson come to be a guest on the show today?
PJ, aka Nick Fury, is here.
Don't drop the ball.
Oh, shit. Well, I mean, I don't care. Red, the male version of Angela Bassett, I don't give a fuck, and I'll fuck you up. Red. I couldn't think of anything else.
The ball has been dropped.
Kick the ball. Damn it.
Okay. Blair, aka Jules, if you know, you know.
Okay. We don't know. I don't know.
Oh no. Was it not his name in Pulp Fiction?
Oh, I've never seen Pulp Fiction. I've tried to get through Pulp Fiction. I just don't know what it was.
Well, apparently that's why I said if you know, you know.
Yeah, I've tried. I know that's one of the cult classics. I just could never. I'm gonna try it again. Maybe now I can as an adult. I can. So
this whole thing was just so jacked up. Okay, great. I feel good about myself now.
And as always, guys, you can follow us on social media that we are a part of, such as Instagram. That is Highly Melanated Podcast.
You can also reach out to us on email at highlymelanatedpodcast@the1and only gmail.com.
And if you ever want to be not judged by your friends, colleagues, co-hosts, come on over to Twitter at H_melanatedpod.
Shout out to all of you.
Judging you.
Nobody judging you. This is the safe space. Hello, safe space.
Remember, like we said last week, it is the safe space for niggas.
Like, come on. Wait. Damn it! I was about to say something. I completely. You know, I'm really.
You didn't take your ginkgo today, did you?
I actually have. I've been doing really good with my train of thought. I think like the engine has like at a break. It's not moving out the train of thought. Like it doesn't move. It just sits there until it's ready to go.
Okay.
But what I was gonna say was, yeah, I don't remember now.
You don't remember. It's okay. It's gonna come to you in like the middle of the episode, and that's fine.
Right.
We're just gonna put a pin in it for now, and then when you remember, just say you're ready to take the pin out.
Okay. I'll be like, unpin this, y'all. But how are you guys doing really quickly? How are you guys doing?
How is y'all's Blackity Black History Month going so far?
Okay. You know, it's going quite all right. I got a Kamala Harris calendar today. It's somewhere over there. Yeah.
Somewhere over there.
Come on, KH calendar.
No, I got it. It's somewhere ski-weeing over there in the corner.
Speaking of ski-weeing, I saw this TikTok today, and it was this guy who posted, he was reporting about this video that he saw of this white sorority. I forget where the school is, but like it was video taken at a party, and like the white sorority girls were like mocking and mimicking and making fun of like Zeta Phi Beta, and like mocking like, you know, the signs and like the stroll, and they're over here kiki and haha and having a great time talking about, oh, and then they do this and then they do that. I was like, y'all really just go show y'all ass in the middle of Black History Month? Like, really? We can't have nothing.
No, we can. Oh yeah, everybody.
if anybody knows the story that I'm talking about, and they know like if there was any type of disciplinary action taken against those girls, please let me know. Comments, leave a comment or hit us up on our socials, something. I need somebody to follow up on this story for me because I am
I
in
got
a
it.
party.
I got a disciplinary action, and it's in the form of some wood. Wait, that
Well,
sounds
I was
dirty.
I
about to
mean, they
say, because
want
they might want that.
they over
No,
here talking about
it's
they
in the
know the
form
full
of a
experience.
paddle.
We will give you the full experience.
Okay, you
Okay.
want to get hazed? We'll show you what hazing is really like.
You want to
Okay,
be over here
With the
throwing up the
side of the
lines
paddle.
and doing the
the side of the
calls
paddle. So okay,
and fake strolling. Okay.
so
You can see
so
what it's all about.
those of us who have experienced Greek life, and those of us who have experienced taking wood or getting in the cut. There's the worst part of getting in the cut is always when the person who is swinging, they don't swing and hit you with the paddle part. They hit you with the actual like the side part.
Right.
And
the people
that
that don't know
shit-
what they're doing.
Yeah, they don't have no idea. And they hit you where, back when hazing was legal, back in the late 1900s when I pledged.
I'm glad that you clarified that, because hazing.
I feel like illegal is like maybe not like when it was when people looked the other way.
Yeah.
Hazing is strictly prohibited in this fraternity of.
Anyway, so I not to put a cloud over the whole thing, but I know our listeners are tuned in to what's happening in the world of blackity blackness. So this is a personal plea from me, Blair Tate, JPT Dub. I need somebody to follow up for me. Thanks.
And okay, and speaking of like, as we're going about like what's going on in Black history, I was watching the and I was sitting right here, and this was like right before we were actually getting ready to record, and I was watching giving it for the family of Chelsea Chris, who we just recently lost due to suicide, and I started to like weep in a way that wasn't like it was in a way that's familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if I've spoken on this podcast in reference to suicidal ideation, but whenever I hear someone who attempts or is successful, it always brings me back to a feeling that I know that they could have been feeling that no one else around them knew that they were feeling, regardless of whatever they put out to the world. And it was really overwhelming.
That's the thing. I think a lot of times like people are surprised because they're like, well, we had no idea. And she seemed so happy. And that's the thing. And that's why I will always continue to say everybody needs therapy. Okay. Because there are things that we're each dealing with that maybe we don't know how to deal with it. There's a side of ourselves that we present to the world, and then there's the side of ourselves that is just at home with us, sitting on the couch when we're alone. And it's just important to just take care of your mental state, your mental well-being, your mental health, how you see the world, how you see yourself in the world. All of those things are important and need to have attention brought to it. And that's why I will always advocate for, like professional therapy, of course, but like even something as simple as like, like talking to like a trusted friend, somebody that you feel that you can confide in, and somebody that you feel you can be honest with. Sometimes just saying what it is that you're afraid to say makes a world of a difference. Even if that person doesn't have, the right things to say back, or they don't know the right things to say back or whatever. Sometimes the actual act of just like saying what you're afraid to say can make a world of a difference. So Absolutely. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to the Christ family, because that is it's unimaginable.
You know, I was just talking about this. I think because we don't know what the next person is going through, I think that we have to do a better job of making ourselves available to just let people know that they can confide in you or be, a confidant. That way they can just offload sometimes because it's not it's actually not unheard of. I think often, especially in the Black community, I think we make it seem like it's unheard of, but there's so much things that we're going through. And this is why I always tell people, if you need to talk, I'm here. I don't mind. Because sometimes you just need that quick, 1 or 2 minute powwow. And like, it's you being successful and you doing the things that you're doing and everybody seeing that side of you doesn't mean that anyone is seeing or everyone is seeing all of you.
Right.
And it doesn't hurt to just let it go sometimes and just talk about it. So we need to do a better job at just offering that.
And in that same veil, just like you were saying, just because you see that somebody is, successful and doing well and, living this, coveted lifestyle doesn't mean that they're happy. I think a lot of times, like, we see like people who are like living what, a lot of us would categorize as like this ideal life. Like, oh, you've got it made, like everything is, coming up rainbows for you. But that does not mean
Right.
that person is happy.
Right.
There was something that was said, and I tweeted it. Well, we tweeted in reference to the idea of, how they always say, check on your strong friends, check on your smiling friends too.
Okay. Check on every friend.
Because like, especially, and her situation is a very, very near and dear situation to many people. Like, there were no signs whatsoever. Even her mother said there were no signs. Everybody who knew her always saw her. She was, as they said, the sunshine personified.
But
And so like it sometimes we feel we can individually take this on as, oh my God, I didn't see any signs. I didn't see it. I didn't know. Am I not a good friend? Was I not there? We start to internalize it and make it about us when it's not about us. And it's really just about the idea of making sure that we each see each other. Like how Nene saw Candy, we see each other, and not to make it, not to make light of it, but we see each other. We actually pay attention to each other. I know that you're smiling, but sometimes clown tears are the hardest tears to show, and for somebody who's always in the center and always loves me, I know that feeling. And I'm so glad that like I've seek therapy, and I have these great conversations with my therapist, my psychiatrist, those who are called me, and those who I finally now pick up the phone to call. And that's another thing I'm excited and joyful about this year, manifesting, doing that more often, is picking up the phone to call somebody, not when I feel bad, but just because I need to hear somebody's voice, because I know I do need to hear it, so.
Right. And I think, like I said before, it really just boils back down to just making sure that you're just doing whatever and checking on all your friends and not waiting for signs, because that was the same thing with Regina King's son.
Right.
Everybody was like, oh my God, I didn't know. I'm like, I feel like almost 100% of the times there's no signs. That's what it's feeling like, because you never hear about the other people that had signs. It's about the people who really just didn't say anything. And I don't think anybody ever pulled them to the side and it's like, hey, how you doing? We haven't just sat down and just talked. And what does that look like? All right. So that was pretty heavy. But with all that being said, it is the second week of February. And guess what's coming up? It's not just Black History Month. It's Love is in the Air.
To be loved.
To be
To be
loved.
loved.
Shut the fuck up.
So
What's a feeling?
I have curated a poem to go along with the question of the week. Your questions as they pertain to you prospectively and introspectively. So,
not a poem. Oh my goodness.
you know. And then we'll go into the question. Roses are red. I am not blue. Show me that love isn't dead. Hey girl, what that mouth do?
Oh, yeah.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
So, I mean, so here's the thing that I was thinking about just the other day. You know, a lot of people put a lot of stress and focus on sexual activities, right? But my question of the week is, what are some of your favorite non-sexual turn-ons?
Non-sexual turn-ons. See, you say that, and then all of a sudden, all the sexual ones come.
We were all programmed.
I'm like, nope, not that. I gotta separate that. Nope, I gotta dig through the pile a little bit. So here's the thing. My mind automatically goes to, so my love language is physical touch. So I just want to understand how you're categorizing sexual. Like, do you mean like the physical act of sex, or
how do you define it, Blair?
Well, because you're right, because it is according to me, prospectively and introspectively.
Okay.
You know what? The first thing that comes to mind as far as like a non-sexual act that is a turn on for me is if a man puts his hand in the small of my back. Bruh, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Like if we're like walking. No. See, I'm not. See, PJ's doing.
And
you guys can't see PJ, but he took it into like a bent over type of position.
How it escalated quickly.
I mean, like if we're walking somewhere and like you put like your hand in the small of my back, like as we're like walking, it's kind of like a guide. Or like if, we're standing somewhere and we're talking and you just kind of like put your hand in the small of my back and just kind of pull me in closer to you, bruh, like you can get it. You can get it. You can get it.
For y'all that they can't see, PJ is running around with his hand on the small of the
back. What it's like.
Leading with
that's my answer. And now you got me thinking about that. So F you, man.
So all right. So my answer, the non-sexual things that people can do. Is that what we're saying? Right?
A non-sexual act that turns you on.
Is the
non-sexual turn-ons.
Like I fucking just love a conversation. It's something so intimate about someone who can actually debate with me and not get angry, not get loud. If you can stand your ground, prove your point, have a conversation that we both are on two opposite sides, I swear to God, I'm fucking your brains out. Like it's something so like, as number one, as Libras, we are like the great debaters. We're like naturally constantly debating the opposite sides of everything. Sorry. There's only been.
See, Chris, thank you very much for that. Because now all of us are all hot and bothered. Appreciate you for that.
You are welcome. As PJ goes into his phone.
Hey, boo, what you doing tonight? What that mouth do?
Hey, what that mouth do?
Lovely poem, by the way. And so what is your favorite non-sexual turn on, Mr. Red?
So it's funny because This was hard for me as well because I definitely was all like, do I have any non-sexual turn-ons? No, everything is sexual for me. But no, that's not really the case. No, that's not the case for real. I think
I was say, is it though?
no. I think I really enjoy someone that is just really it kind of well, there's a couple of things. I'll name two that come to mind. One is when somebody's able to like really just be dynamic and have a conversation, not necessarily with me. Like I know that I can have a conversation, but when I see them almost like work the room and communicate, like I really enjoy watching somebody communicate. I'm just so enamored by it. And then the other one, which is probably either a close second or maybe even the equivalent, when I watch somebody dress really well and they just really into detail.
I'm sorry. What
is it getting dressed?
You said exactly. You said when I watch someone dress really well. So does that mean when you watch someone get dressed or when you see somebody who is dressed well?
Y'all not gonna call me out. It's when I see.
I'm just saying you said both, but we want to know which one it is.
We're on the same page. So
you were unclear which one it was.
All right, let's clear.
Are seeking clarification.
Let's clear it for the record. When I see somebody dressed really well.
There we go.
When I see somebody dressed really, really well, men or women, I'm just like, I'm ready to like fuck your brains out as well. If you are, everything is just matching. You got your red bottoms on. You're just doing your thing. I'm just like, oh my
red
God.
Bottoms.
So that's mine.
You're going to get this red bottom.
Baby, if you
and fingers.
If you can win an argument with me and make me change my mind the way I already feel about something.
Come on, great debaters.
Panties.
Okay. Now that is funny. Make sure you guys answer this question of the week. Don't leave us out here all by our freaky selves, okay?
All right, guys. As you remember, like I said before last week, we have kind of a new segment, but it's really an old segment, but it's revamped a little bit. This is called our Melanated Moments, where we each spotlight a moment that we have seen throughout the week that is full of melanation. So does anybody have a melanated moment?
I'll do one. So this one is just like, this is the melanated moment of just me just listening in and eavesdropping on coworkers of mine. So Black people are just so funny because I'm sitting at my cubicle and it was about to be around lunchtime. And I'm listening to one of the supervisors that were actually talking about the food that they were supposed to be ordering. And Black people we just do not mess with our food because she was just so upset that she didn't get all of the food that she was supposed to get. She ordered some type of, I think it was like linguine with shrimp, but they were like being particular with how many shrimp they gave her. So they only gave her 4 and she was supposed to get 5.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
When I tell you she went in, she had their personal phone number and the phone number of the person that ran the business.
Their phone number?
She had their phone number. I mean, she really went in. Like, you had the restaurant phone number, and then you also had the person that ran the restaurant's phone number. And she called the restaurant up first, and she was like, excuse me. I know that you guys have been cutting back, but you guys started at 7 shrimps. And then y'all went down to 6 and then to 5. And now y'all giving me 4. She was like, what am I paying for? She was like, this is just ridiculous. Let me speak to Robert. I want to speak to Robert right now.
Now that she knew the name.
She was just all like, then it was silent.
Robert.
Then it was silent for a moment. She was like, oh, Robert isn't in right now? I just call him up myself because this is just ridiculous. I don't know who's just over there trying to jip me off of just shrimp. But this is now I gotta ration out my shrimp as I eat my linguine. I'm sitting on the other side of the cubicle dying because she done gave these people a hard ass time. I was like, I would never eat there because I'm concerned about what they would do to my food. But
first of all, not the 7 to 6 to 5 to 4. Like,
second of all, not the Robert. Where's Robert? Okay, because I know him. Okay.
She was like, I'm gonna speak to him tomorrow.
Listen. If it's
Don't
one
play
thing,
about black people food. You better get
don't play
black
about
people
what.
food right. Don't play about black people food.
Don't play about black people food, and don't play about black people food who work for the city. Okay, because you ain't gonna be fucking with me. Okay, and
Out
you
here
know,
working
get
for
me
this
together.
damn city, and you go fuck with my food.
Now you gonna fuck. Now they mad, and this is how it starts. This is how it starts.
I literally was on the other side of the cubicle, and I was just like, why are we like this?
Because we are
like this. So yeah, that's my melanated moment.
All right.
Okay. So getting into today's topic of the day, as you guys know, Black History Month 2022, the theme is health and wellness, specifically focused in the Black community. And so that's what we're going to be talking about all month. Today, we thought we'd do something a little more fun, and maybe at the same time dispel some myths in the Black community. We'll see how everybody feels about them. But basically, I'm just curious to, one, learn about maybe some, let's call them Black health, remedy or myth. Okay. So we're each going to go around and just kind of say some things that are either commonly known or maybe uncommonly known. And we'll say whether or not we agree or disagree with them. And we'll have a nice little discussion about it. And PJ has his hand up. He is ready to go. He's got the shoulders shaking. He's got the, okay, come on, you better throw that chest in the circle.
I was about to say, what's that, titty circle? Like,
okay, he's throwing that chest in the circle. PJ, please present to us your first remedy or myth.
I only feel that this one makes sense going after what Reds was talking about. The idea and the myth that having sex in doggy style position will make your ass fatter.
It don't?
I mean, it depends on how, I've heard.
It depends on the angle.
Yeah, it depends on the angle. I've heard some people really
So what y'all saying is y'all agree?
I've heard it. I've seen it, that it has been, and I've also acknowledged when I look in the mirror that there is something that may happen. Hey, FYI, guys. So sidebar really quick, guys. Now, I understand that we started the conversation off with a little serious note. It's a very big serious note. But understand, Black people can tie our shoes, chew gum, have fun, laugh, be sad, remember things, and do all the things at the same time.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Running the gamut, okay?
Okay, we are
y'all on an emotional roller coaster.
Okay, and have fun and eating chicken with it. But I really think, speaking of chicken, I really think that actually is a really good one, just because it was like we were talking about sex.
Hey, look.
But
so you stand firm. You agree.
Actually, we weren't talking about sex. We were talking about non-sex. But I'll let you run.
Relevant.
So I'm so sorry.
It's all relevant.
It's all the same to me.
I'm going to say that I also agree. And here's the thing. I feel I'm convicted in agreeing because of when I was in college. This story is not about me, so get that look off your face.
Shit.
You guys stop it. The first time I ever really heard that quote unquote myth, I'm putting myth in quotation marks because, as we have all said, we believe it to be true. There was a girl, a non-POC, and she had started dating this football player who was a Black man. And I just remember after a couple of months of them dating that her physical attributes had changed. And I remember thinking to myself, wow. And it was noticeable enough that like all of us in our friends group like had a discussion about it. And my friend, shout out to my girl DP, was the one who said, she was like, well, that's what happens when you be getting hit from the back. And I was like, really? So
But so the also part about it is when you sit on the dick, you're squatting on the dick. So
I
there's
mean, it's
also
all a glute workout, isn't it?
That is a good point.
Yeah, so that's one. All right, so we're gonna so just to bring it just to scale it back a little bit. My grandmother used to do this a lot and used to have us do this. Okay, it is disgusting, but I still tend to do it. Okay, this is such a weird transition.
I'm sorry, are you changing
Where are we
topics?
going?
Because you over here talking about my grandma used to do it a lot.
I'm
She's
going
like,
on
Where are we
because
going?
I'm bringing up just one more.
okay.
Oh. For our listeners, I know our listeners are scared out there right now.
No, I said moving.
Damn,
I said,
I
no,
was scared.
I think I did say, or maybe not, guys. Hey, y'all. But she used to do this, which was swallowing a clove of garlic, like every day. Like if you've ever chewed,
What is that supposed to do?
it
Fuck
helps
up your breath.
Okay. No vampires are coming at night.
Wait,
But
and you swallow it whole? Like you don't
No,
chew
you
that
chew
much?
it. You chew it. You
Listen, that ain't nothing but a stomach ache. I don't care what you said.
Have you ever?
I'm sorry, let me let you finish.
Have you
What
ever
is that
eaten
supposed
garlic?
to do for you?
What?
Have you ever? It's supposed to help detoxify your insides.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me though.
The looks on our
Disagree.
face. No, I'm all right.
Disagree. I don't like. I feel like garlic does have like a lot of like properties to it, but I don't know about that one. I'm gonna need to see the Carfax on that
I
one.
mean, it just overall helps your good health, like your digestive tract, it helps your lymphatic system, not your lymphatic, there's no such place. Your lymphatic system, as well as it really helps keep people socially distant.
So do you agree? Do you think that that's accurate?
Yeah, I do. I do. I do. I eat garlic. How often do I get sick?
I don't know, but I ain't about to eat nor chew no
I
whole
ain't
thing of
chewing
garlic.
no clove of garlic. I'm sorry,
And
I'm not
it's
doing
just
it.
not the whole thing, it's just
No, I know, like a clove, like you would chop up. No, I'm not. I'm gonna need
Like
you
cook
to
it
throw it
in
in a
something.
pan with a little bit of olive oil.
right.
it's hard on your
heat it up.
nose. It cleans up your sinuses, but moving on.
All right, well, there's that. One of my favorite ones, and it's well known and well loved in the Black community, is and I think we've talked about it on the show before too, the ongoing belief about the healing properties of the one and only ginger ale. Okay, now look. First of all, I need to know whether or not y'all agree or disagree that ginger ale is ailing to whatever ailments you have.
Well, I mean, so ginger.
I mean, ginger's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Ginger's good for you.
but there's
Ale
not.
is beer.
But there's, first of all, there's not enough ginger in ginger ale to even begin with.
But there's ginger in ginger beer.
Okay, but
That is
no
true.
one's talking about ginger beer.
Delicious, but right now we talking about ginger ale.
Right, we're talking about ginger ale. First of all, we need to get this out of the way, because there's also a hierarchy of ginger ales.
Facts.
So what's at the top and what's at the bottom? Because there's certain things I won't drink.
Schweppes is at the top. Canada Dry is at the bottom for me.
Verner's is at the top for me, honey. That's because
You
I'm
know,
a girl, honey.
Again.
Really? I like Canada Dry better.
I do like Canada Dry. For me, I think if we're just talking about those three, if we're talking about, well, I'm sorry, you guys have never had Verner's.
Never had.
So if we're talking about Canada Dry and Schweppes, I'm team Canada Dry. I am. I will. And to even, it's so funny. Here's the thing. I agree, and this just might be an urban myth, but it's one that I believe in, and I'm gonna take it with me till I die because it's funny. And the thing that I like about it the most is that it's something that is unifying in the Black community. That ginger ale and laying down and taking a nap is a thing, is a remedy for what ails you. But I remember, I think it was like beginning of like 2020, the Shade Room did a whole post on how Black people react to ginger ale, and the hierarchy of ginger ale, and people were saying like Schweppes, like nobody told you I think it started with a tweet that said, hey y'all, just to let y'all know, I wasn't feeling well and I drank some ginger ale and laid down. I still don't feel well, so there's that. And then everybody started responding. They're like, well, what kind of ginger ale did you drink? How long was your nap? And he's like, oh, I took Schweppes. And they were like, no, nobody said that. Anyway.
I like Schweppes, okay?
By yourself.
It's dry, okay? It is such a harsh, dry taste.
That's where the healing property is.
I'm sorry?
That's where the healing is.
But I also don't agree. I don't think ginger ale has that much healing properties.
Well, to be fair,
I've never really heard that. Like,
I usually only do it when I have like a tummy ache. Like if I have a tummy ache, I need some ginger ale.
Yeah, but to be fair, I don't think that does anything either, because I think it's almost a placebo effect. I think because we all just
it probably is
it, like, oh, you drink some ginger ale, oh, you feel better, take a nap, and then you actually are better because you feel better. But there's nothing like I don't think ginger ale is a thing. But I will say this, speaking on the topic of just, I guess, stomach in general, when I was younger and I would have a stomach ache or I wasn't feeling well, my grandparents used to tell me that I need to take baking soda and lemon juice and mix it together. Baking soda and lemon juice. And it creates like a fizzy, like expanding type of, concoction. And I used to drink that all the time thinking that it would make me feel better. I don't know.
Did it?
Then I couldn't tell you that I would do it now. I would probably
You should try it the next time you have a stomach ache or something.
Baking soda and what else again? I'm sorry.
And lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
As PJ goes to his stash.
Oh, you don't. He doesn't. You've never seen that reaction, PJ? No. Oh, he's about to
like how it gets like all fizzy. Isn't it the word like biocarbonate like comes to mind?
Yes, it's a biocarbonate.
Yeah. Come on, Matt. Come on, science. Come on, science.
Hey, bring it back so that we can all see or describe it to everybody.
I only have baking soda. Wait, hold on.
Baking soda. He got baking
on the mic.
soda.
I only have baking soda.
Whip it from the glass.
Did I say soda?
Yes, you did.
You did. You said soda. You said it twice.
Well, baking soda, people.
And you said it a third time.
Right.
It's okay. That's the way you say soda.
There you go.
It's so cute.
Soda.
Okay. One other one that I have. Okay, so we're finding that we're a little split on some things and agreement on others. How about this one? Rubbing rum or whiskey on the gums of a teething baby.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I think there's something
giving a baby whiskey. Period.
Right. I think that's what it is. It's not so much the gums, but
it is the gums. But
so you're saying that you're agreeing in the sense that helps them with teething pain.
Yes.
Well, because it's just whiskey. It's just like you're giving a baby whiskey. Like you're creating a little baby alcoholic. Like,
wait, so do you also agree that helps with teething pain?
I think so, because you're essentially you're dulling the baby's senses.
Little baby Huey.
Right, you're freaking little wino.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like that makes sense that like, yeah, like it's probably like a numbing effect in a way because you're giving alcohol to a child. So there is some type of numbing effect, or at least like it distracts them from the pain. But I'm going to personally advocate that you do not give alcohol to an infant. That's just my personal plea.
Well,
I don't think that
infant though, like
teething, like a teething child, like so, like a child like under 2.
Oh, they're not an infant anymore.
A child under 2. Let's just say that.
A toddler.
A child, period, for me. Like
an infant is 0 to 3 months. 0 to 6 months.
So, like the whole like thing is like if a teething baby, like a child who is of teething age.
I am promoting let that baby have a little salt in the drink.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think for me, Doug.
my grandfather did it for me and my cousins and my brothers, and we all came out, good, just a little bit, a little bit on the lush side.
Just a little bit banged up.
Not a little bit banged up.
Listen, I don't think I agree. I think it's fine, but it always boils down to people's like own judgment, right? Like there ain't nothing to just dip your finger into it and just rub. Like that's nothing, right? But don't be giving your child a whole bottle of beer.
Whole shot. Like, here you go. Exactly. Baby's first shot.
You got to freaking get started on this killer now. This is Don Julio.
Baby's first shot and then take a picture.
Exactly.
With a little Henny bottle.
Okay, Red, what are some of yours?
Well, I had mentioned the lemon juice and the baking soda. I really just think like fizzy properties that Black people are just like a little bit enamored on. Taking salt water and gargling it to get rid of a sore throat.
Now, I'm here for that. I am.
It has never helped me.
Never.
I just no, that is just.
Are you gargling right?
Are you gargling right? What that mouth do?
Oh yeah.
What that? Why is that the theme for this show? I'm so mad. It just continues to make a resurgence.
It swallows. I don't like the feeling of goggling, so maybe that could be it. Maybe I'm not goggling. Right?
I feel like for me, in my personal experience, it has worked, but the effects don't last long.
Right.
Like I feel like I have to like keep doing it consistently in order to get like that temporary relief, because it is a temporary relief. I don't think it actually like heals a sore throat. I think it makes it feel like it takes away the pain for a little bit, but it's going to come right back.
And then I'm so tired of like goggling, but accidentally swallowing some of the salt water.
Ugh, salt water is disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah. I don't see, it goes back to like perspective again in time frames, because I think back then I thought it helped me, but I can't see myself doing that now. I think I even tried it recently, maybe a couple of years ago, and I was just like, well, this did nothing. Let me go lay my ass back down as I got my glass of ginger ale.
Okay, and laid down and took a nap. I think maybe like when we were kids, especially when we were kids, we were more susceptible to this kind of stuff because it's stuff our parents told us to do. Mm-hmm. And so we're just kind of like, okay. But like now that we're adults and we really kind of think about like, well, what is it that I'm doing and why am I doing it? We might be a little more skeptical of certain things.
And I wonder if I think we're like the beginning generation that's asking these questions, why? And then the generation next to us is like, really, what the fuck did that mean?
Exactly. They're just kind of like, y'all was doing this crazy stuff.
I was just doing reckless shit.
The generation after us loves to question everything. Everything is up for debate.
Why? I mean, rightfully so, right? Because some of this stuff don't make sense. Like, this whole ginger ale thing.
That's a hill I'm gonna die on, though. I know it probably is a placebo effect, but look, it's something that is entertaining to me, and I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm. Now we've talked about before about the effects of Vicks, right? And so I can't stand the smell of Vicks, number one, rubbing it on my chest or anything like that. It only lasts for just about as long as it's there. And then once it's gone, whatever stuffiness you had is like 10 times worse. However, rubbing it on the soles of your feet, in your socks, pouring because number one, all of your toxins do come out of your body at the soles of your feet anyway, and at your pores and your armpits, and then at the top of your head. So like, that's why when people go get their pedicures and they have all that stuff when they shaving all the dead skin off your head, that's really a lot of toxins that's also on top of that. So the more stuff that they're scratching off is the more, you might need to do a cleanse, baby. But rubbing Vicks on the soles of your feet. My mother used to do that. And my great grandmother used to do that. I think my grandmother used to do it too. I don't really recall. But I know that that's always worked. And I've always thought that was.
I hate the smell of Vicks. It just makes me upset because what happens is, like you said before, it's here today, gone tomorrow. You put it on your nose, you put it on your body, or whatever the case may be, and because it's an oil, it just rubs off on everything. So you wake up the next day and it's all on your bed. You got to just throw the whole bed away.
But do you think? But do you think that it works?
No.
It only works for the moment. It only works for the moment because
that's the thing. Like it's not like a
cure.
A cure.
Yeah, but when they used to douse you in it just all over, and you just snot driffling and just because you're all over your face and all over your chest, looking all like glistening and shiny.
Like a little bit of Vicks, like right underneath, like your nose, like right above your upper lip, to like help clear up because there's menthol in Vicks, and it helps to like
start smoking.
Huh?
Why some of us started smoking because they smell like some cigarettes actually taste like Vicks. No, I'm serious.
Ooh.
Like there's Camel Crushes. If you crush that little, like for those who smoke, if you crush that little thing in it, it's a menthol ball. That menthol ball smells like Vicks.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, sidebar. Okay, so we're all talking about Vicks, right? What is the name of the actual product that we're talking
Vapor
about?
Rub. Vicks Vapor Rub.
Vapor Rub, right? Yeah, Vicks Vapor
Okay,
Rub.
look. I was so upset. I don't remember how old I was, but I've called it, Vapor Rub my whole life. It's not Vapor Rub. It's Vapo Rub. It's not Vapor Rub. It's Vapo Rub.
Well, I sit down and I just say it all together, so it doesn't matter. I know,
but there's a difference. It's Vapor Rub and Vapo Rub.
You know what that's like? That's like the Mandela effect.
Because it's like in Vapor Rub, like you hear the rub because you have to like rub it in. But what it really is, it's Vapo Rub because it's a vapo evaporating kind of effect.
Yeah.
And that really messed me up for the longest. You looked at it, didn't it? VAPO, big R.
That's right. Go put it back now because Blair was right to even begin with.
Those gifs, those memes that I was today years old.
Yes. Yes. No, you guys, you don't understand. When it was a few years ago. It was maybe like 10 years ago or so when I realized that. But let me tell you how like life altering that was for me. I was like, no, it's Vapor Rub. It's not Vapor Rub. It's Vapo Rub. It's Vapo Rub. Vapo Rub. Vapo Rub. I was like, oh, my whole world. And now I feel like I understand the properties of it more and it makes better sense to me now. Anyway.
So FYI, also, the reason why is okay. So I can't stand the smell of it, but I can't stop smelling it once I start smelling it.
Yes.
Don't put it back.
FYI, guys, I went to go get a jar of it. No,
I know. No, I'm telling you, today years old. I'm sorry if I should have said that I was about to blow y'all's minds real quick before I dropped that little tidbit because I'm telling you the way that it had me messed up, I'm still low key in my feelings about it.
Sidebar, I was today years old when I found out that Barney was invisible.
I've heard that rumor. Is that really true?
If you listen to the song, he magically appears and you have to play this.
He was never invisible to me. I ain't never going to believe that.
So wait, pause, time out, put a pin in it. Is he like invisible in the sense that like Snuffleupagus was Big Bird's imaginary friend?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Y'all knew that, right? Because Snuffleupagus was Big Bird's imaginary friend. Big Bird was the only one who could see this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination.
Like, I don't like having conversations like this. This is just ruins everything. We get older and
okay, we're done. Time to wrap it up.
Right.
Guys, if you can think of any type of
my whole world. How dare you do a tit for tat Like, like I blow up your world, you blow up mine. How dare you?
I felt that it was only fair because now
Yours wasn't even on topic.
now I'm sitting here I'm sitting here thinking of Outkast, the vapors. Okay, guys, if you could think of any remedies or any home remedies or any things that you have been taught that you can think of that you would like to add to the list, let us know. Feel free to follow us as always on Instagram. You can drop we'll start actually being a little bit more active with posting on these social medias platforms. So stay tuned if you follow us, for your walls to get
about to be graced.
I was gonna say for your walls to be flooded.
I'm done.
Sidebar, really quick. Do straight men say this to women like that? Like I know it's such a random ass question, but
I'm done.
Because gay men say they flood your walls.
They flood your walls. I do that myself at least once a month. Like,
open up the gates.
Okay, that's you can follow us on social media that we're a part of.
Oh my God. I'm dead. You can follow us on Instagram at Highly Melanated Podcast. That's also our email address. Just add an @gmail.com to it. And then if you want to tweet us about the foolishness that is happening today, you can reach out to us at H_melanated pod.
Thank you.
Blame it on the fact that I'm still sniffing these vapors. These vapos.
Putting that out there. Those vapos.
Those vapos. Look, he done got himself high off the vapo rub.
Oh yeah. So on that note, guys, peace, love,
and letting that mouth do what it do, baby.
And soda.
Peace, love, and soda.
Baking soda.
Peace, love, and soda.
And
Vapo rub. And Barney is not real. And all the other things that we thought were true that are not.
Okay.